Hey everybody, I want to talk to you today about playing a big game versus playing a small game. I had an experience earlier this weekend when I was speaking with a friend about a project that I was working on, raising money for Link Foundation for Game in the World to create funds to help people in Uganda, East Africa. Last quarter, I had declared that I would raise $10,000 in fundraising, and I didn't meet my goal. So I was doing completion around that and taking a look, and I was preparing to declare what my next goal was going to be. Well, in talking with my friend, all of a sudden I got this feeling in the pit of my stomach, and I realized $10,000, somehow that didn't feel inspiring, and it didn't actually feel right. I mean, $10,000 is a lot of money if that's what you're going to raise, but something in my gut told me that I'm up to a bigger game than that. So in talking this through with my friend, I thought, you know what would really be a breakthrough for me is to raise $100,000 for this organization. Now, that sounds absolutely nuts to me. It made my stomach kind of lurch. It made me feel like, what the heck am I talking about? But I also realized that the thought of who I was going to be to raise that $100,000, what that would provide me in my life and the breakthroughs that would be available was far more significant than raising 10 grand. So what I want to share with you today, based on this experience, are 3 questions to ask yourself whether or not you're playing a small game or whether it's time to level up. So let's take a look at that. First question is, are my results predictable? The results that you're going to be declaring for the particular project that you're in, is it going to require something extra of you? Or if you just keep doing business as usual, are those the results that one could reasonably predict? For me, the $10,000 declaration wasn't big enough because if I got out of my own way, the results would be pretty predictable if I just simply did the things that I know how to do. So taking a look at predictable versus possible is a great place to start in determining whether the game you're playing is too small. Second question, am I comfortably uncomfortable? This is a real difficult place to play, but I want to put it out there that you need, if you're playing a game big enough that it makes you a little nervous, that it makes you anxious, that it makes you uncomfortable, that's actually the best place for you to play. I've often said that with my clients when they say, oh, I'm really, really triggered and worried about this. That's actually the place where we want to be playing. It's an indication that you're stepping out of your comfort zone into the unknown, and the discomfort is an indicator that you're in the right arena. So it's kind of a balancing act. You don't want to be so uncomfortable that you're not inspired, but you want to be uncomfortable enough that you don't know exactly how you're going to get the results that you're going to get. This ties back to the first part about whether your results are predictable. If you know how to get to your goal, then it's really not worth playing that size of a game. It's too small. So $10,000, I know what I needed to do. I just didn't do it. But I know what I needed to do to raise the $10,000. Raising $100,000, that's going to require something of me, and I have no idea how to do it, but I'm still connected to the possibility of making it happen. So then the third thing is my game requiring me to bring something new to the table? We're really talking here about personal and leadership growth. If your game is big enough that you're going to have to show up differently, then it's the right size game for you to be playing. If your game is small, it's not going to require anything additional of you. It's not going to require you to grow or to bring something new. So ask yourself, am I actually going to have to become a different person, show up differently, show up more powerfully, bring a different aspect of myself to this game? That's going to be the place to play. So the 3 points, again, the 3 key questions to ask yourself when determining whether or not you're playing a small game or you need to level up. First of all, are my results predictable? Secondly, am I comfortably uncomfortable? And thirdly, is this game going to require me to show up differently? These are all great ways to make sure that you're playing to your best, greatest ability and stretching yourself outside of your comfort zone, but doing stuff that's actually worthy of you. Hey, listen, if this resonates with you, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Please join my community at www.blueprintforliving.coach/join. And you can also listen to all the other episodes of my podcast. Please subscribe, share it with friends, share it with an architect that you know who's up to big things in the world. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Take care.